Right, I have a challenge for all of us. Let's see if we can solve this riddle together. A father and a son got into a car accident. On the way to the hospital, unfortunately, the father passed away. When the son arrived at the hospital, the surgeon said, "I can't do this. This is my son." How is this possible? Now, I'd like to invite all of you to close your eyes and visualize someone when I say the following roles. Number one, a doctor. Second, an engineer. Third, a scientist. And last one, a CEO. Now open your eyes and show of hands if 4 out of 4 of the image earlier were male. Okay, I see quite a few. How about 3 out of 4? Wow, that's almost all of us. Now circling back to the riddle earlier, I guess some of you would have got the answer. The answer is very simple. The surgeon is the son's mother. And this is what we call biased. B-I-A-S. A tendency to believe that some people or idea is better than someone else, and this usually results in treating certain people or situations unfairly. See, many of us think that we are not biased, someone else is biased. But through this simple activity earlier, we realized that sometimes this subconscious bias is ingrained within us even without us realizing it. It is like a black spot that we think it's not there simply because we are not aware of it. It is the lens that we put through years of social norms, values, experiences that shape our everyday reality. So, the very important question to ask is, what story are you telling yourself every day? Especially ladies out there. Is there a limitation to the story that you tell yourself every single day? How bright is the path ahead? Is there things that you're not supposed to do? Remember, the story that we tell ourselves can be the actual story of our lives. So ladies and gentlemen, let me take you through a journey of how I transform bias into BIAS in sharing my journey. So first one, B, belief. Our belief system is a set of principles that help us interpret our daily reality. Basically, how we make sense of the world. So you can see in this picture, I was from an all-girls secondary school. We are very independent and very competitive at the same time. This was us winning 4th place at a state-level cheerleading competition with just 1 week practice. Being in a very competitive environment, I was also the head prefect of the school. Now, being head prefect, as many of you can relate, it comes with high expectation. Besides being a role model to other students, I was also organizing and leading many activities, but at the same time, I was also expected to do well academically. That brings me at that point, my belief system used to tell me that in order to have a straight A, it's very important because it guarantees a bright future. And that leads me to SPM results day. I was waiting at the school hall with my friends. Knowing there's only 8 people who scored straight A's, I was anxiously pacing around the hall. And there came my teacher, holding a piece of white paper on her hand, which we all hope our names are in there. One by one, she read out the names of the straight A students. Roll of applause for the first student, second student, third name, 8th name. My name was not called. Yes, I missed with 2 B's. At that point, it felt as if my life was falling apart. Can I still pursue my dreams? What would be my future? That sense of loss and that sense of insecurity at that point is because my belief system told me that straight A equals to success. But looking back at it right now, despite not scoring straight A, with my active participation in curricular activities, I was still able to secure a full scholarship to complete my tertiary education as well as my MBA. Hence, having a belief system is very important. However, constantly ask ourselves, is it true? Is it limiting my potentials? Can I break through my beliefs. And that leads us to idea, a thought, a suggestion, a possible action. So, just like many of you, I do have a day job as well, which requires me to sit quite a number of hours in a day. So I know that in order to stay healthy, I need to move more. And that's how I started going to the gym. Trying to work out at first, but as I complete some of the workouts, I realized that I truly enjoy that sense of achievement whenever I complete a training session. I've explored many different sports, and I fell in love with the bodyweight sports, mainly calisthenics and obstacle. I like how bodyweight is very functional. It's something that you can treat anytime, anywhere, and at the same time, it's very fun. So I really wanted to share this with more people. And I was very lucky to meet 4 other friends. 5 of us, young enthusiasts in our 20s, decided to turn this idea into a reality. The idea of wanting to share bodyweight sports to the fitness industry in Malaysia, the idea of wanting to build our very own calisthenic and obstacle gym. And when I say build, yes, we literally built the space together with our own hands. So a lot of people would say, it's not easy to start a gym, it's not common, this sport is very new in Malaysia. But again, don't limit ourselves with our belief system. Instead, remember that the power of an idea is when you transform that thought into an action, into a result. And that leads me to A, advocate. Let actions be our advocate. So, as many of you see in the picture earlier, I'm the only female in my team. And that's where people will also ask me questions around, are you sure you want to do this? And you're the only female, will your voice be heard? For sometimes, I would say that being the minority can actually be your competitive edge. It's that unique edge among the rest because you stand out among all of us. And so, very lucky, I would say, that within a short span of 3 years, I was able to explore many things because I'm one of the very few females in the fitness industry. So as you can see here, during the pandemic, I was on the national televisions to actually encourage fellow Malaysians to work out. I was also organizing the largest virtual workout that was on the Malaysian Books of Records and also organizing some of the international obstacle and calisthenics competition. So my learning here is to always focus on our actions, get things done, and let the result speak on its own, especially if it's a new idea. Instead of going around and seek external validation or trying to get approval of your idea, what you can do is focus on your actions, get things done, and actually let your actions be your advocate to share the story and message to the world. And that leads me to S, support, a source of comfort, resource, or encouragement. Now once again, I would like to invite all the ladies in the room to raise your hand. And keep your hands in the air if the statements that I said earlier is applicable to you. Number 1, you have access to education, be it primary school, secondary, or even Google. Okay, all of us, we have it. Number 2, you are also having at least once a chance to actually share your ideas, your thoughts on different forums. Thank you, ladies. A round of applause for all of you. Now, for all of us that raise our hand towards the end, it also means that we are lucky ones. Thanks to the people from previous generations who have fought for our rights, we are the ladies that's able to have access to education, have our voices heard, and also chance to share our ideas and the possibility to change the world. Hence, we are empowered women. And an empowered woman will work towards empowering another woman. Instead of trying to fight for that one seat on the table, what we should do is to work together so that we can create more seats and more women can actually flourish together. So next time when you see another female colleague, what we can do is encourage them, work together, and actually cheer each other towards our journey of success. And that leads me to BIAS. The belief systems that run in our system, in our minds, how can we actually constantly ask ourselves, is it something that we can break through? ideas? How can we turn our possible thought into actual actions? And how we can use our actual actions to be our advocate, to share it with the world. And last but not least, support one another so that we can all flourish together. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite all of you to just close your eyes and visualize again. Doctor, scientist, engineer, and CEO. I hope that you now see that this can be men or women. It can be any one of us. Imagine a world where all men and women are free to pursue any dreams and any careers that they desire. A world that different voices is being heard, unique stories being celebrated. So once again, I'd like to leave all of us with this question. What story are you telling yourself today? And what story do you wish to share with the world? Thank you.